Sorry for the mess, but this is Mark 2 of my project. I'm trying to make a jet engine, I guess. I've used a barbecue stick and a regular Coke bottle. I've made a hole in the cap. I've put a nozzle in it. I'm using the stick as a spear assembly to control flow rate of the fuel through the nozzle. The problem I'm facing at this stage is that this is plastic and I'm using fuel as petrol. So there's a chance of there's not a chance, it's going to melt the bottle anyways. But the first that's not the first problem. The first problem is that there is no gas coming out from the nozzle. Even if I take the spear assembly out, there's lack of pressure. The petrol is acting as a refrigerant itself, it is cooling itself, it's not igniting, there's not enough oxygen. By the way, that was just to see the fuel heat capacity of the fuel, how much heat it was producing. So I tested it in that, pretty much burnt everything around it. Don't worry, I was performing this with safety gear, without safety gear. I'm sorry, I don't have safety gear, but it's okay. I took precautions. There's running water, so but I would advise you not to use water. If you burn yourself, you will get infected. So it's not a good advice to put off fire with water. We must use mud, sand, or some alternative CO2, fire extinguisher, whatever, or other compounds that don't ignite, but not water. Water will cause serious burns because that water will instantly turn into steam, and that would cause third-degree burns. So with this fire, you can get maximum two stages of burns, second-degree burns. Yeah. Apart from that, when I was in stage one in this project itself, the jet. So I have a assembly that looked like it's been Swetel shop. Yes, these are all the apparatus that I currently have. Pretty much old PCs, scraps, TV, and my old computer. Mm, yes, this pretty much looks like wings of a regular multi-role fighter, I guess. Light aircraft, not a multi-role, a light aircraft. It needs some design modifications. I need to add, but the wings are too edgy. It needs finishing. A nozzle goes here. Um, it needs landing gear, I guess, and also flaps to change direction. Apart from that, fuel tank, and I'm thinking of using non-return valves and pressure relief and reducing valves to control flow rate of the fuel. I'm not trying to use any rotary part to keep the weight as low as possible. I guess I'm going to use atmospheric pressure or hydraulic pressure operated by the which would be operated by the pilot. Might have to use a pilot valve for that, and I don't think I quite have the assembly for now. I have to um, design it. For now, this is all that I have. The limitation of this type of assembly is that the fuel doesn't ignite until it gets hot enough. Problem is when when the fuel flow comes directly, it because of its cohesive force, it sticks to the nozzle outlets and the wings, so the entire plane catches fire, which is not very undesirable. You need to somehow seal and control the flow rate of the fuel. Plus, I need a way for atmospheric oxygen to be forced inside the nozzle. Let's see how to do that. In my Mark 3 design, I would be not replacing exactly, but try sealing the fuel. I have a glue gun. I'm going to seal it using thermoplastic. I'll see the change. I know it's going to melt down, but just before it's melt down, okay, one precaution that I take is before lighting this up, I cover it with water on the outside and the inside, so that the whole thing doesn't catch fire. Hmm. And um, uh, one second. Yes, in my Mark 3 or Mark 3B design, I would be adding aluminum foil to this outer nozzle assembly. I might call it, maybe this is the nozzle and this is the afterburner, whatever the case. I haven't given them any specific names as of now. But the reason I'm using petrol as fuel is it acts as a coolant as well. It's going to keep it cool, but I don't want it to be cool near the nozzle, otherwise it doesn't light up and the fuel efficiency is quite low and not getting enough thrust for propulsion. So let's see what I can do next. And yeah, for the proof, it's me, I'm Gopal, and yes, this is my project. I haven't copied it from anywhere, I'm doing it on my own. And I'll keep making more videos and updating on this. By the way, today's date is this. It's 4th Saturday, January 2020. And yeah, so I'm not faking the date or the information that I've provided in this video. I have taken inspirations from here and there, but pretty much these things I haven't copied from anyone because then it would be ready by now. I'm really facing an issue of not getting the correct temperature to ignite the fuel and the correct flow rate. Even with some practice, when I was able to do it, with some trial and error, the entire plane was catching fire. So I don't think that would be counted. And plus, I'm not getting enough thrust. I'm not getting thrust at all. I'm just getting a candle-like flame. There was an accident, not an accident, but by mistake, using a larger bottle of the scope, I was able to get a proper jet type of sound, and the fuel looked, the flame looked proper. Also, it developed quite a bit of thrust, which I felt on my hand. Yeah, I didn't get any burns, luckily, but yeah, that was an accident. I won't count it as a discovery, but with more safety, I will try to perform it again and see if it works without the nozzle assembly. Okay, I'll end this video for now. I'll keep you all posted for next time. Thanks.